everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and this is my review of the Mili Powerspring 4. It's an external power pack for the iPhone 4. Now let's take a look inside the packaging, get everything unpacked for you. It's best to remove this box from the plastic packaging there, and then we'll open up this section. Now inside the box we've got a USB cable, very important instructions. Important again that you read these, they give you details of how to use the product. And then inside this foam protection part of the packaging we have got the Mili Powerspring 4. How cool is that? This is one of the slimmest external batteries for the iPhone 4 available at the moment. Very slim profile to it. This portion is obviously the case, and this portion on the back here contains a 1600 milliamp hour battery. Now let me just remove this bit here. There's a dot connector in the case, and that's there for a good reason. Now to fit the iPhone 4 you just flap this hinge down, pick up the iPhone 4, and then we just offer it up to the case and slide it down into place. The dot connector lines up absolutely perfectly, so we push that down into the case like so, and then the top portion of the case, this hinged part, just sort of clips round into place and holds the top of your iPhone 4 like so. Now before I show you the case in action, let me give you a quick tour around the case. Now I'm going to show you this button last. This is the power on off button, so I'll show you that right at the end of this review. On the back we've got a cutout here for the camera and the flash. On the top we have got a little cutout here for if you want to use a lanyard. We've also got the cutout for the power on off switch, cutout for the earphone jack. Around this side a cutout for the volume up and down and that silencer switch. And then on the bottom you'll notice that the dot connector is fully covered. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Then there's two little cutouts here for the speakers. Okay, the front edge where the screen is actually protrudes a little bit, so you're getting no ridge protection on the screen. So if you place this face down on the table, the actual screen of your iPhone 4 is going to touch the table, so worth bearing that in mind. Also worth noting is where these hinge parts join, there is a little tiny gap. Nothing to worry about, but I just wanted to point that out. Design wise, we've got this silver band around the side which adds to the aesthetics of the case. Then I mentioned about the dot connector being covered. Well, there is a little USB port here, mini USB, and you use the supplied cable and you plug it in there, and that both synchronises your iPod to iTunes and it also charges the internal battery on this device. So that's really good. Now it takes around about 4 to 6 hours to fully charge the battery in the back here. And to turn it on, if I just turn my iPhone on first, you'll see that we're using the iPhone's battery. Then if I turn the case on, LED lights on the side, and we are now charging. So the iPhone 4 is now accepting a charge. And you saw some LEDs light up here. Now there's 4 in total, and this shows you the amount of charge left in the Powerspring 4's battery. So 3 lights represents round about 75% of charge left inside this 1600 milliamp hour battery. Now I tested this for general use, so it's just sort of general everyday use, making calls, checking out a few things online, and I got around an extra 7 hours, so 7 hours extra battery life on top of what I would normally get from the iPhone 4. And then I did the same test with video playback, and I got 18 hours of video playback with the iPhone 4 fully charged and the Powerspring 4 fully charged. 18 hours of playback, and normally I'd get about 8 to 9, so it's roughly doubling the iPhone 4 battery life. A personal preference would be, if I just remove it from the case, or no, I'll just show you this top section, is this is glossy. Personal preference for me would be if it had some sort of soft lining in here. That's a little bit of a negative point. And also I would prefer it if there was a little bit of case protruding above the iPhone 4 screen. But that's only just my personal preference. As it stands, all that extra battery life that you're getting from the PowerSpring 4, so those extra sort of 6 to 36 hours of use, depending on what you're using it for, is absolutely superb. The Mili PowerSpring 4 is a brilliant choice if you're a heavy user and need to get through a whole day or more between charges. Now, a big thank you to CaseAddict.com. They sent me the PowerSpring 4 to review, so big thank you to them. It's available on their website for £54.99 in the UK. If you're in the US, then expect to pay around $80. So once again, thank you very much for listening. This was my review of the Mili PowerSpring 4 external battery case for the iPhone 4. Please do subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future reviews. And if you want to get my regular updates, please follow me on Twitter by following @Geekanoids. This video is sponsored by MyMemory.com. For great prices, fast delivery and reliable customer support, visit MyMemory.com.